keeps control for Thompson. Pass for Stevens, wide open underneath on the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out, up top to the left side, Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath, then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening and welcome inside Hawley High School here tonight, where we have some Heart of Lakes Section 8 AA basketball here for you. Girls basketball on the way. We're getting to the end of the regular season. In fact, it is the end of the regular season for one of the teams here tonight, that being Hawley, hosting the Barnesville Trojans, who made the 25-minute trek north on County Highway 31 earlier tonight. And just got done with the JV game where Barnesville hung on to a sizable 20-point lead they built in the first half and used every bit of it to hang on in the second. A good evening and welcome inside Hawley High School here on a warm Thursday night for February standards, as we've been having normally here throughout the North Dakota, Minnesota area. But we've got Minnesota girls basketball for you here tonight. These teams matched up well when they first met each other on January 12th, when Hawley took Barnesville down to the wire, but it was the Barnesville Trojans coming out victorious by 1 point, 68-67 win in this a 68-67 win for the Trojans in that game. And that one was in Barnesville, as we've got part two of this duel that was tightly contested in the first time. We've got it here in Hawley now. Got a couple stars in this game here tonight. Both lineups featuring a really talented junior here tonight. Izzy Steer for the Hawley Nuggets was 8 for 16 from three-point range in that January 12th 1-point loss. She did everything she could. Just an incredible shooting performance from Steer in that game. And then Abby John for the Barnesville Trojans, the talented junior for her side. It'll be a battle between those two, who will be leading the way in points likely, as they lead both of their respective clubs in points per game. We'll step aside and come back with more opening nuggets here in Hawley right after the break.
Plus, we back up all 40 series hybrids with a free replay.
Lakes Community Co-op takes pride in providing complete customer satisfaction as they serve their local communities with the necessary products and services for farms, businesses, and individuals. Energy solutions, feed, milk, C-stores, meat market, motel, car wash, HVAC, natural gas. Visit your neighborhood Lakes Community Co-op location for them to meet your needs, or learn more at lakescommunitycoop.com.
Minnesota Slice, located in Hawley, is open 7 days a week. Homemade stretch dough, delicious sauce, and toppings to your liking. Stop in Minnesota Slice Monday through Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m., Friday 4 to 9 p.m., Saturday 11 to 9 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 8 p.m. Minnesota Slice wants to be there for all your special events, including retirement parties, school pizza parties, large staff lunches, and much more. With garlic knots, cheesy bread, salad, and more, you can call 218-486-5151. See you at Minnesota Slice.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply, Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
Welcome back to our pregame show here on YourLiveEvent.com, powered by Hallstad Telephone Company and RNJ Broadcasting. Josh Boyka with you here on the call tonight as we've got Hawley ready to host Barnesville in just about 8 minutes. But first, let's go over the Heart of Lake standings coming into tonight's contest. Perham and Pelican Rapids share the top spot at 22-3 overall on the season. And then Barnesville, third place, soundly in the Heart of Lakes at 16-8. Got a couple games breathing room down to Breckenridge. And then the bottom 3, Dilworth, Glendon, Felton, DGF. And then Hawley and Frazee both at 12-11. Frazee will take on New York Mills tomorrow, and then Perham will take on Duluth Marshall, and Monaga will take on Pelican Rapids. So that's a big couple games right there to decide the 1 seed in the Heart of Lakes conference. But this is Section 8 AA basketball here on the way tonight, as we've got a couple of stars ready to duke it out between Izzy Steer and Abby John. It was a great matchup between the two in the first go-around between these two teams, and we are definitely looking forward to it here tonight. About 7 minutes to go until we get things tipped off and national anthem and starting lineups. We'll be keeping track of things here tonight on our Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, and that's where we'll be keeping track of score here tonight. This is, as I mentioned in our first segment, the last game of the regular season for Hawley's. They closed it out here against Barnesville at home. And then for the Trojans, they will head to Thief River Falls at 7:30. They will take on Thief River Falls tomorrow night to close out their regular season. If they were to win both of those games, they'd be sitting at 18-8 through the regular season, and the number 3 team in the Heart of Lakes Conference. Tightly contested conference at that, with a couple teams at 22-3, and then 13-11, a couple 12-11s, 11-15. So a lot of basketball yet to be played, a lot of meaningful basketball, high stakes basketball that we'll be seeing in the next couple weeks, getting postseason underway next week. And we'll take another break and come back with our coaches' comments before we tip off tonight's game from Hawley.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Hawley Public Schools thanks you for listening to today's Nugget sporting event. But we offer more activities than just athletics. Hawley students can be part of groups like the Student Council, Riverwatch, Science Olympiad, FFA, Art Club, Yearbook, Knowledge Bowl, Speech, Debate, Band, and Choir. There's also a 3-act play, a 1-act play, and musical. Fine arts, academics, and athletics, a winning combination. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Rural Enrichment and Counseling Headquarters, also known as REACH, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. That's their slogan, and it says it all. REACH is a multi-agency human service center that helps families and individuals with counseling, food services, and help and support during the holidays. Things such as the backpack program, food for kids during the weekend, and a holiday meal during Thanksgiving and Christmas are just a few of the things that REACH can do. Check them out at ruralenrichment.org or visit their secondhand stores in Hawley and Hendrum.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Dr. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
Just a few minutes till we get things tipped off here from Hawley, but first let's get to our coach's comments. First with Ryan Baumstead of the Barnesville Trojans. I asked him about the characteristics of his Trojan team, and he said he really likes the cohesiveness that they're playing with right now. They're getting down and gritty with teams, getting physical, and that he thinks they've been more consistent as of late, and that's a great thing to have, consistency, as you are entering the postseason in the coming week. And the player to watch on the other side, he said, obviously has to be Izzy Steer, as she dropped down 8 threes on 16 tries in their first matchup. But then he also mentioned Addie Sandvik and Ingrid Rustad as players to watch that are the supporting secondary cast for this Hawley Nuggets team. Because if you focus in too much on Steer, the other two will bite you as well. And then just the heading into playoff atmosphere, Coach Baumstead said it's the fun time that everyone feels like they have a chance to win come postseason. And he certainly feels like his team has a chance to do something in the postseason coming up. His team is 16-8 right now, so solid winning percentage of winning 2/3 of the regular season, looking to cap it off at 18-8 if he can get a couple more wins in the tonight and tomorrow at Thief River Falls. Then on the other side with Bill Gottenborg, said that he likes the energy and passion that his team is playing with, that it's at the highest it's been this season, and that rebounding and transition is where this game's going to be decided tonight. He expects some press to be thrown in there as well from Barnesville, so they got to be ready to take care of the basketball in transition and getting it up the court cleanly. And then keeping Abby John out of the paint, the talented junior for Barnesville. She loves to operate at all the levels, but John very talented underneath the basket, so they're going to try to keep her away from the painted area as much as possible. And then closing out on the shooters and being ready for that full court 2-2-1 press is what Bill Gottenberg said his team needs to focus on here tonight in order to be able to get the victory and stay above the 500 mark, where they sit at 12-11 right now. It was an entertaining match between these two teams in the first go-around, and a 1-point victory for the Trojans, and we'll be getting round 2 of that here tonight in just a few moments. It's Trojans, it's Nuggets basketball here in Hawley Section 8AA Heart of Lakes Conference. This is prime basketball season. We are getting down to it. Last game of the regular season for Hawley and second to last for Barnesville. We'll tip it off when we come back.
Are you concerned about the status of the farmland market? Hi, I'm Steve Dalen from Piper's Auction and Realty. The cropland market has been exceptionally strong the last 3 years. How long will the record high sale prices last? If you would like to discuss current market prices and options for your farmland sale, please call me, Steve Dalen, at 701-893-8517.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome into Hawley High School here on YourLiveEvent.com. Josh Boyka with you here tonight as we are getting ready to introduce the starting lineups. First for the visiting Barnesville Trojans. Starting for the Trojans, the 5'4" senior number 2, Kennedy Gray. The 5'3" junior guard number 4, Sophie Frederick. The 5'8" junior number 24, Lexi Haft, and the 5'8" junior number 30, Ava Follinstad, and star guard 5'8" junior number 23, Abby John. The head coach of the Barnesville Trojans is Ryan Baumstad, and he's assisted by Ali Onrud, Emma Nielsen, and Peyton Boom. Trojans are 16-8 on the year and sit in third place in the Hardo Lakes Conference. And for the Hawley Nuggets, they will counter with their lineup of the 5'9" sophomore number 4, the guard Addie Sandvik. 5'6" junior guard number 20, Ingrid Rustad. 6'1" center, the senior number 24, Emma Brookshire. 5'7" freshman guard number 40, Katie Vetter. And the 5'10" junior guard number 5, the team leader in points per game, and their captain, Izzy Steer. The Nuggets are head coached by Bill Gottenborg and assisted by Ben Lofgren and Allison Brenna. A 12-11 record has them in 6th place in the Hardo Lakes Conference. Trying to stay ahead of Frazee with that same 12-11 record, and catch Breckenridge, who takes on Crookston tomorrow night. Final game of the regular season for the Nuggets, second to last for the Barnesville Trojans, and postseason just around the corner. We got a lot of exciting basketball to play here tonight. Starting fives are out on the floor, and we are getting ready to tip it off. Emma Brookshire in the middle for Hawley. And she's going to win the tip over Ava Follinstad. Drive to the basket, shot too strong from Ingrid Rustad. Second chance shot, that three-point shot up and no good from Izzy Steer, getting up the three-point shot early, and it was falling at a high 50% clip in the first meeting between these two teams, and Steer is accustomed to seeing it go through early. Foul on Rustad on the far corner. Sophie Frederick was the ball handler, and Rustad called for the reach. Another touch on the possession for Abby John. Guarded by Steer. Those two are going to be going at each other all night long, and we are here for it. Steer up in the air. John has to put up the shot, contested well, and Steer forces the miss. Good defense from both teams on the first possession. Rustad, the crossover, gets penetration, but John in the passing lane gets the steal. Pass ahead for Fallingstad, and the layup doesn't go. And a quick timeout called by Bill Gottenborg as he wants to get his team composing the first basket on the board. Early break here in Hawley. Still zeros on the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard after 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Fresh trades this week at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. 2 2021 Delta 610s, 36-inch tracks, power shift, PTO. Call for pricing, 218-784-2961. Coming in April, new Versatile 620. This new tractor is coming in at 2023 pricing. Talk to Chuck O'Neill to reserve. Make your best purchase price and save thousands of dollars. Stop in and get the deal done. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada.
No score in the first minute, just a couple possessions for each team. Rustad whips a pass over to Steer. Had a three-point opportunity, but she's going to pass it up, work behind the screen, now take the three, and just off target. Not by much, though, working behind the screen of Addie Sandvik. John drives into the paint, but gets met with resistance inside. Kennedy Gray taking it out for Barnesville. Finds Fallingstad, gets it back. That shot blocked by Rustad. John working behind the screen, drives baseline, throws one up for Fallingstad, but it's too high and off target. Here comes Rustad at the controls. Now Steer inside. Brookshire, too many steps before putting the ball down. That's a travel and going back the other way. Still scoreless after a little over 2 minutes played in the first half. Pass into the middle of the zone, and that shot is good for Ava Fallingstad. First points of the game as she found the soft spot in the middle of the zone. That's where you want to get it against that 2-3 zone that Hawley was playing on that possession. Get it in the middle of the floor, about free throw line depth, and that's the open shot. Ingrid Rustad puts up the three. That's short. Another stop for Barnesville. Again, 2-3 zone being deployed by Hawley. Good ball movement from Barnesville. The skip to the corner. The swing to Abby John. John to the corner. Three-point shot off target from Sophie Frederick, and now Rustad's got it back coming the other way from left to right. Go the Nuggets. Steer working behind the screen from Brookshire. Skip to the corner, good seal. The three-point shot is no good from Rustad as she goes down on the shot. And a jump ball. We have a player down for Hawley. That's Brookshire that went down. She will sub out. Emily Vettern and McKenna Walker will check into the game for the Nuggets. Lexi Haft with the lob pass. Frederick swings it over to John. Skip pass underneath. Great pass. Fallingstad with the second basket of the game overall and for the Trojans. Long pass skips over to Rustad. They're going to get Rustad for a charging foul. That's going to be 2 fouls. 2 fouls on Rustad now in the opening 5 minutes. And that'll get the senior forward, number 22, Sierra Blakeway, into the game as she's playing that far three-point side zone position as she guards ball now. 3-point shot up and no good. Fallingstad has the positioning. Battled with Walker and loses out to Steer in the end. Here comes Steer. Drive to the basket and scores. Quickly back the other way, and Fallingstad's got 2 more. Great start for the junior forward. 6 points. Here's a takeaway with John running in the open court. Lefty lay and trickles in. John tries to jump the passing lane on Steer. Steer kicks to Veteran in the corner. 3-point shot up and no good. Offensive foul on the rebound to boot. Sierra Blakeway is going to get the whistle, and that's not the position you want to see picking up fouls, as Blakeway is already in for Ingrid Rustad, who's picked up 2 early fouls. Good ball movement from the Trojans around this 2-3 zone, and Abby John knocks down the 3-point shot. An 11-2 opening run for the Trojans. It's been fueled by defensive stops, and now they're starting to hit some shots. Mid-range shot up and in from McKenna Walker. Some bench production for the Nuggets, and now they're going to get a stop here. Long pass is deflected last by Ava Fallingstad, so the Nuggets get it right back. John meets Steer at the volleyball line. Drive by Vetter, and a nice take by the freshman to the rack, Katie Vetter. Three-point shot from Walker, up and no good. Rebound to Annika Cassette of Barnesville. Fallingstad passed right to Vetter. And Vetter with the 2 in transition as Aubrey Hinds cut away from the basketball, leading to the turnover. Bounce pass to Fallingstad, guarded closely by Walker. John chased off the 3-point line, gets it away. 3-point shot up and short from Auburn Hinds. And Hawley earns another stop, down just 3 points now. It was an 11-2 start for Barnesville, but that's been quickly chipped away at after Hawley is able to answer with stops. Sella Fleming is checked into the game, and the sophomore guard possesses the ball for the first time tonight, gives it away to the junior Izzy Steer. Guarded closely by Abby John and lost it out of bounds off the foot of John. Nearly 8 minutes gone in the first half. Ava Fallingstad is your leading scorer with 6 points. We're going to get a foul underneath on Barnesville. That'll be the first Trojan foul of the night. Rustad will check back in now. And Katie Vetter, the freshman, will go to the bench. Rustad comes back in with her 2 fouls. Tight defense from John on Steer. Fleming fakes the 3-point shot, goes up with the right-hand floater on the baseline, can't connect. John skips a pass over the top of the defense. She'll get it back, gets chased off the 3-point line, Euro through the traffic and scores. Abby John becomes the leading scorer now as she's got 7 points. All 13 are accounted for by Fallingstad and John. One quarter of the way through this final regular season game for Hawley. Skip pass to the corner, sails out of bounds off of Izzy Johnson's hands.
Back in for the Trojans, number 24, Alexi Heath.
Fallingstad doubled on the baseline, gets it away. A lot of attention being paid to Abby John, and rightly so. It's Stella Fleming that was guarding her on the left wing there. Ingrid Rustad chasing for that steal. Fallingstad shot blocked away by Izzy Johnson. Here comes Steer the other way. Tried to go up on John, no whistle. Well defended. That pass to the corner sails out of bounds. John was looking for her shooter to stay spotted up in the corner. That was Macy Pauna that was cutting more towards the basket than spotting up in the corner. Abby John takes her first seat of the night. Can't imagine it'll be a very long breather. Izzy Steers also sat down, so both of the big-time scorers for each team on the bench. We'll see if we get some more bench scoring. Rustad dribbling through traffic, lost it. We're gonna get a jump ball tie-up here. McKenna Walker and Ava Fallingstad go to the floor. Fallingstad had more possession, but the whistle for the jump ball will be in Hawley's favor. 13-8 Trojans lead on the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. Nuggets would have a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game with a field goal on this possession. There's a nice take by Addie Sandvik. Her first basket of the night, the 4th scorer for the Nuggets. Mid-range shot, no good from Lexi Haft. Nuggets pull down the board. A 3 would tie the game. There's Brookshire back in the game after appearing to be injured when she came out early in the first. There's a takeaway from Stella Fleming, forcing the turnover, and here comes Hawley back with it, and a foul. Annika Cassette picks up her first personal, just the second team foul. Neither team in big foul trouble here. Rustad is the only player in the game with 2 personals. She handles the ball right now, guarded by Kennedy Gray. We get another whistle on Barnesville here.
Barnesville foul number 24, Lexi Haft, her first, team third.
Lexi Haft picks up the foul.
Correction fouls number 23, Abigail John, her first personal, third team foul.
Sounds like they're going to overturn that call, and it'll be Abby John. Haft was off the ball on that play. John was on the near sideline with the contact. Under 10 to shoot for the Nuggets. Sandvik needs to get busy, lobs one up, and out of bounds. Looking for Emily Vetter. Frederick's pass gets taken away by Rustad. Corner 3 from Steer is up, and that one's short. She gets her own miss. Now a bump. It's going to be last touched by Rustad. They just gave a no call right there after some contact on the baseline. Auburn Hins dribbling into some traffic. Here comes Katie Vetter, the freshman, gets it away to Steer. That might have been partially blocked, and now a foul underneath. 5'9" sophomore forward Emily Vetter to the line. It was an 11-2 start for Barnesville, but that lead has been cut into, it's just a 2-point game after a 9-2 run for the Nuggets. Nice take by Addie Sandvik, just the second Nuggets player to have 2 field goals tonight. Five Nuggets scores combining for 13 points, and a block underneath from Steer. Sandvik gives to Vetter. Kick out to Sandvik. Lots of contact on the baseline, and now we have a foul going against Hawley. That's a, looked like it was either going to be a charge or a block, but again, a no call. The officials letting them play here, but then the foul goes against Sierra Blakeway of the Nuggets. And we'll get ourselves a timeout as we are tied at 13 here on the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard on yourliveevent.com. 4:23 to go in the first half.
Soon enough, temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
And an update from Breckenridge with the boys game. Hawley and Breckenridge, it's 43-18 Nuggets lead with a couple minutes to go in the first half of that game. So Hawley solidly in control over in Breckenridge tonight. Abby John gets a clean look at a three. Can't get it to drop. Rustad with the rebound. She'll set things up here on offense for the Nuggets, as she's pretty used to setting things up. Talented setter in volleyball season. Steer with the step back three, just off the iron. She's been really close to getting a lot of these looks to go, as she comes over to contest late on Abigail John. Here comes Steer right back at John. Now underneath, the pass leads to a foul, and it'll be Emily Veteran going to the line to shoot two more shots at the charity stripe.
Barnesville number 2, Kennedy Gray, her first 15 foul. Veteran at the line, 2 shots.
5 of the last 6 fouls have gone against Barnesville. And Veteran has been the beneficiary of, now it'll be her 3rd and 4th free throws, 2 for 3 thus far. Three points for Emily Veteran, all at the line for the 5'10" sophomore off the bench. Traveling being called against John. And Hawley on a big-time run. Barnesville has gone ice cold on offense. A 13-2 run in favor of the Nuggets. And a takeaway. Kennedy Gray got in there for the steal. John goes behind her back. Bounce pass taken away. Rustad looking to run in transition. Here she goes up with the left hand, shot no good. Offensive rebound and a foul as Emma Brookshire cleans up the glass. And will get rewarded with 2 shots at the free throw line. It's clear how much of an emphasis has been placed on stopping the top scorers for each side. These teams know each other well, and they know with how tight that game was on January 12th and that 68-67 win for Barnesville over Hawley, that it's going to come down to stopping the top scorers. And they've been doing a pretty good job, each team has. And underneath, Ava Fallingstad had the first 6 points of the game for Barnesville, and now she's got 8. And now a 5-second violation against Hawley, as the Nuggets really just left. Steer was the one left to take the ball out, and no one was there to help her out. Fallingstad looking for a cutter, and now Ryan Baumstad not too happy with what he's seeing from this team. They've not been able to put any offense together lately. Another turnover. Steer has been guarded well by John. Just 2 points for Izzy Steer. Steer cuts inside. Got tied up, and now a jump ball will go to Barnesville. And a traveling violation. Sophie Frederick had nowhere to go with the basketball, just a lot of standing around on offense. Both the defenses clamping down hard, not letting any cutters through the lane. A much lower scoring game than when these two teams first met. Steer, a tough take, one-handed rebound. Stabbed by Veteran, but then a jump ball. He'll stay with the Nuggets on the right side of the floor. Athletic steal from Abby John, jumping in front of Izzy Steers. Pass, and it'll be another turnover. Kind of just been a stalemate between Abby John and Izzy Steer. Neither have really had a lot of success from the field tonight. John has 7 points, Steer has just 2. But these teams staying even, with Hawley benefiting from more free throw attempts. And then Ava Fallingstad has been the saving grace for Barnesville. Steer for 3. Again, a high kicking off the iron, which means those shots are just not missing by much, and sooner or later she's going to get it to drop. Reloads from the left corner, and again, Steer this time doesn't go up with it and is going to get a blocking foul called on Barnesville, so Steer's going to get 2 free throws.
Barnesville foul number 4, Sophie Frederick, her first.
It'll be called on Sophie Frederick, the junior guard.
Number 5, Isabel Steer.
Two for 2 at the line for Steer, which makes Hawley 5 for 6 from the free throw line in the first half. 3 free throws from Emily Veteran, and then the 2 from Steer. And now Abby John will go to the free throw line.
Double foul number 44, Emily Veteran, her first, team foul number 5. John at the line, 2 shots.
Emily Veteran picks up the foul. That's the 5th team foul on Hawley, so probably no bonus coming for Barnesville in this half.
Ingrid Rustad. She replaces number 22, Sierra Blakeway.
Ingrid Rustad's going to check in for the final possession of the half, which is interesting because she's got a couple fouls, and they're not going to play it safe and just have her sit these final seconds. They want her in to try and extend the lead. John splits a pair at the line, and now 27 seconds for the Nuggets to operate, and they can take the final shot if they hold on to it and choose to do so. And there's an illegal screen as John goes to the floor, and she went down hard. It's going to be on Emma Brookshire. And now Rustad will check out for the defensive possession. Sierra Blakeway subs back in for her. 6 seconds. Here comes John. Fallingstad does not get off a shot, and that'll do it. Through one half, it's 17-16. The Nuggets on top on their home court. It was a 1-point victory for Barnesville in the first meeting, and Hawley on top, heading into the locker room by 1 in the home finale in the regular season for the Nuggets. We'll step aside and come back with some stats and the keys to the second half on your live event after the break.
Christian Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes and bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
All Works Underground Utilities LLC specializes in directional boring and plowing of underground utilities. Contact Dylan Stevens, 218-261-3090. Power lines, communications, water and sewer lines. All Works LLC can get the job done. All Works LLC works with residential and construction contractors in Minnesota and North Dakota. Contact Dylan Stevens with All Works LLC, 218-261-3090.
And welcome back to our halftime show here in Hawley. Josh Boyka with you here on this Thursday night with Nuggets and Trojans basketball. A low-scoring first half affair, and we'll start with the scoring recap for Barnesville. It's a pretty simple one. Only 2 players have scored for the Trojans in the first half, and it was their top 2 scorers, Abby John and Ava Fallingstad, with 8 apiece. And Fallingstad scored the first 6 for Barnesville as they got off to an 11-2 run in the first 5 minutes of the game. The defense was clicking on all cylinders. Hawley could not mount really any type of offense in those first 5 minutes, which forced an early timeout from Bill Gottenborg. But things started to turn around, and it really went just the opposite way, which is why we're so close here, almost knotted up still at halftime. It was the Nuggets' turn. Once they called timeout, they dialed in defensively, and then some contributions off the bench from Emily Veteran, hitting 3 of 4 free throws. The freshman, Katie Vetter, starting in this game, but she's got 4 points. And then McKenna Walker with 2 off the bench in support of Izzy Steer and Addie Sandvik. Steer not having a good game shooting from the field. She's missed probably about 5 or 6 three-point shots, and they've all been just this close to going in. As they're just kicking up off the heel, which means you're not off by much. It's a really close shot to going in, and Steer is going to keep firing away at those, but when she saw her shot wasn't falling, she got a couple offensive rebounds and got in towards the basket, earned a couple free throws near the end of the first half. And that's kind of how it wrapped things up. 4 for Sandvik, 4 for Steer, 4 for Vetter, 2 for Walker, and 3 for Veteran for the Nuggets. And then, as mentioned, 8 apiece for John and Fallenstad for Barnesville. Trojans are going to need a third scorer to emerge if they're going to come out victorious in the second half. They're not going to be able to just do it with 2. It's going to take a lot of volume scoring from John and Fallenstad if it were to continue that way. It would be a lot easier if they can get some bench contribution or a third option from their starting lineup. And then Nuggets just need Steer to get going, as we know she so often can and does. So we're looking forward to the second half and expecting some higher scoring numbers when we come back. Stepping aside and come back with more on our halftime show in just a moment from Hawley.
Minnesota Slice, located in Hawley, is open 7 days a week. Homemade stretch dough, delicious sauce, and toppings to your liking. Stop in Minnesota Slice Monday through Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m., Friday 4 to 9 p.m., Saturday 11 to 9 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 8 p.m. Minnesota Slice wants to be there for all your special events, including retirement parties, school pizza parties, large staff lunches, and much more. With garlic knots, cheesy bread, salad, and more, you can call 218-486-5151. See you at Minnesota Slice.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
A 1-point lead for the Hawley Nuggets into the second half. They'll take it. Tightly contested matchup again here in the second meeting between these two teams, but a much different looking game, as this has been a very low scoring game compared to the 68-67 shootout duel between Abby John and Izzy Steer that we had the first time these teams met this year on January 12th. But I am guessing that we will see more of the scoring that both of those stars are accustomed to, because sooner or later, regression to the mean will mean Steer is probably going to make some more shots in the second half from beyond the arc. Did not hit a 3 in the first half, but she did attempt quite a few shots that almost fell. And then Abby John with 8 points. Hasn't been super inefficient, but it's been more just there hasn't been many options for Barnesville. John and Fallenstad have been having nice games, but there has just been no existent third option that has gotten in the scoring column for the Trojans yet. They'll need to have someone break out and have a much better second half offensively if they're going to be able to win this game. We'll step aside and come back with the second half right after this.
Respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Those are the values taught by Hawley Public Schools. Hawley's PBIS team, Positive Behavior, Interventions, and Supports, aims to encourage a positive and respectful learning environment and uphold the social and emotional well-being of all students and staff. Learn more about Hawley Public Schools at hawley.k12.mn.us. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Both teams looking for a little bit more flow in this second half after a number of turnovers that plagued both sides. Neither team was really able to get any offensive traction going for a prolonged period of time. And a big reason for that was the turnover battle, that really there was no clear winner, but both teams sure lost out on points in the first half because of the turnovers. Abby John Euro steps inside, lost the handle on it. It'll stay Trojan basketball. John takes the double screen, puts up the right-handed floater, does not go. Steer bats it away. It'll stay with the Trojans. Coach Baumstad wanting his team to get off to a better offensive start here in the second half. Gotten a couple decent looks at the basket now. Lob pass inside for Fallingstad. 2 to shoot. Shot gets up in time and banks it in. And there is your third scorer of the night for the Trojans. And it's Lexi Haft getting on the scoreboard because she had to shoot the ball. Just got it off with maybe a half second left on the shot clock. Steer getting the ball poked at by John. Gets it away to Vetter. Steer rejects the screen. Euro steps inside, left it short. Hawley will keep the basketball and have 20 seconds to operate. Pass for Rustad goes into the backcourt, taken away by Barnesville. Here comes John, back to the corner. Shot too strong from Kennedy Gray. Pass ahead to Rustad in the open court, lays it in for the deuce. Rustad with her first basket, the sixth Nugget to score, and now big collision under the basket. And Brookshire is going to pick up the foul, and she'll take a seat. Emily Veteran, first Nugget off the bench in the second half. John tries to scoop a shot around a couple Nugget defenders. Pass ahead for Steer. Both players crash into the wall on the far side. And it'll stay Hawley basketball. Both players crash into the padding underneath there, and one of them was Steer. As someone got tripped up from behind on the breakaway, leading to the collision into the wall. Glad both players are all right. Seven seconds to shoot for Hawley, and underneath, Emily Veteran gets the positioning, and the sophomore forward's been looking good in this game, 5 points off the bench. Sophie Frederick spins away. John puts up the three-point shot. after getting Rustad in the air, and now a takedown.
Jump ball position goes to the Nuggets.
Jump ball will will give it to the Nuggets as the maroon and gold will operate from right to left. Rustad puts up a floater and banks it in. Rustad with 4 points in the second half. And just the first 3 minutes of it. Kennedy Gray lobs into a tight window and Fallingstad takes a spill. Guarded by Vetter.
Personal foul on the Nuggets, number 4, Andy
Sandvik is going to pick up the personal. Second foul on the Nuggets in the opening 3 minutes, done on Barnesville. Bounce pass underneath. Fallingstad has been a big factor for the Trojans tonight, and it's going to be a foul on Veteran trying to stand up Fallingstad.
Checking in for Hawley, number 32, Stella Fleming. She replaces number 40, Katie Vetter.
Sophomore Stella Fleming checks into the game for Katie Vetter. And Emily Veteran's going to knock this one away from Fallingstad as they've been targeting her on the low post. It's been a clear emphasis on getting Fallingstad the ball underneath. They do here. And she gets the basket. Ava Fallingstad becomes the first player to hit double digits in tonight's game. Fleming chased off the three-point line, lobs a pass to the corner. Steer, high steps through traffic and lays it in. Nuggets bench erupting after that nifty move. Now Fallingstad back the other way, and we've got a scoring battle on our hands. Energizing both sides of the crowd, getting some life into this gym. Walker drives baseline, gets cut off. Rustad bounce pass inside. Post shot no good for Veteran. Through traffic goes John. Was looking for a whistle, does not get it. McKenna Walker grabbed the rebound, and Hawley comes back from right to left the other way. Stella Fleming working around the screen on the handoff from Rustad. Steer. Good ball movement now. Rustad puts up the shot, still tightly contested. Great job by the Barnesville defense to hold despite the good ball movement from the Nuggets. Oh, and Fallingstad gets loose under the basket. Count the basket and one for Ava Fallingstad, starting to take over this game. 6 points in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Seven second half points for 15 total for Ava Fallingstad, nearly matching her first half total of 8 in just 6 minutes. Spacing gets congested. Izzy Johnson went down, and that leads to Barnesville gain a 5-on-4 as Johnson is slow to get back. Annika Cassette couldn't make Hawley pay, and now Johnson back the other way. Fleming dishes off. Rustad catch and shoot three. Can't get it to drop. Here comes John. Doesn't have numbers. Does not care. She goes up with it. And she got her own rebound. Must have been blocked, or it would have been called a travel. John with a nice pass inside. Oh, but it's rejected by Izzy Johnson. Third chance opportunity, no good from Fallingstad. And the Nuggets come out with it. Officials letting them play underneath. All knotted up at 25 on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Neither team has been able to get much separation since the 11-2 Barnesville run to start, and timeout called. Trojans will call timeout, and we'll step aside 25 apiece with 11:37 to go in Hawley.
If cold weather holds you back from planting corn each spring, you need Hefty brand 40 Series corn. As the industry's only corn seed recommended for soils as cold as 40 degrees, our 40 Series corn is made up exclusively of hybrids with the best vigor and cold germination scores, all treated with Hefty Complete to give you maximum protection. Plus, we back up all 40 Series hybrids with a free replant policy so you can plant 40 Series corn first and plant it with confidence. Available only at Hefty Seed Company.
The scoring's starting to pick up here in Hawley. Josh Boyka with you here on the call on a warm Thursday night in February. Just weird saying those words, warm and February, in the same sentence here in Minnesota, but that's what we've been having. It reached 50 degrees in the Fargo-Moorhead area and the North Dakota-Minnesota area. Just sharing some good weather and good vibes and good basketball here tonight as we got a tight contest between the Nuggets and the Trojans, nearing the end of the regular season for both of these teams as they're preparing to take on the postseason ahead of them. These teams just match up well, though, with the star power that each possesses, and that's led to close contests like the one we've got on hand right here. Steer steps back. Again, can't hit from downtown. John sees two defenders as soon as she gets to the volleyball line. They just want to force it out of her hands, and it causes a turnover. Both teams are just laying it all out there, saying we are not going to let your best player be the one that controls this game. It's going to have to come from somewhere else. Steer, they build a wall for her, and she finally gets one to go down. Behind a number of different screens, she gets off a clean look and knocks down the three and gives Hawley a 3-point lead. Steer with the contest underneath on Aubrey Hinz's shot. A strong take to the basket. And it will be Lexi Haft going to the line to shoot two shots. Be Sandvik picking up her second foul. Hawley's fifth team foul here in less than 8 minutes. That will be no small thing going down the stretch as we near bonus for the Trojans. That will start with 1-and-1 opportunities at the 7th foul. 0 fouls in the first 7+ minutes for the Trojans. So they'll have the bonus all to themselves, barring a big swift in the foul differential in the second half. Steer working quickly off the catch. Tried to stick it in reverse, and she got fouled.
Barnesville foul number 14, Annika Cassette, that is her second.
There is the first team foul on Barnesville as Steer is getting more aggressive as this game goes along. We'll have 2 shots at the line. She was 2 for 2 from the free throw line in the first half. Nuggets have been shooting it well as they're now 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Seven of 8 overall, 4 for 4 for Steer, 3 for 4 from Emily Vettern. Fallingstad got it underneath the basket, but passes up the opportunity. Steer's going to jump the passing lane, and here she comes. No one to beat and lays it in. Izzy Steer is coming to play in the second half. She only had 4 in the first. She's got 9 in the opening 9 minutes of the second half. That's the Izzy Steer that this Hawley fan base knows and loves. She's got them up by 7 now with under 10 minutes to play on their home floor. 32-25, Hawley on top on the Lakes Community scoreboard.
Lakes Community Co-op takes pride in providing complete customer satisfaction as they serve their local communities with the necessary products and services for farms, businesses, and individuals. Energy solutions, feed, milk, C-stores, meat market, motel, car wash, HVAC, natural gas. Visit your neighborhood Lakes Community Co-op location for them to meet your needs or learn more at lakescommunitycoop.com.
The largest lead of the night for Hawley is what the scoreboard reads right now at 7. And Steer jumps another passing lane. Tosses over to Rustad with the layup in transition. It's a 9-point lead and growing for the Hawley Nuggets. Izzy Steer is just in every passing lane right now, and it's killing the Trojans. And Steer gets another bat away.
Checks in for number 14, Annika.
Mid-range shot, clean look, no good. And Rustad gets fouled underneath on the rebound. Second foul of the game on Kennedy Gray. Some press going on now. Trying to get it out of Steer's hands. They get it ahead to Vetter. Comes to a jump stop. Steps through and scores. First double-digit lead of the entire ball game. It was a 17-16 Hawley lead. It's been a 19-9 run in the second half. Fallingstad gets a good look at the basket, but it rolls off. Hawley's defense standing strong. Vetter gets cut off underneath the basket. Out to the three-point line. That shot is good. McKenna Walker off the bench with a huge three-point shot that will force another Barnesville timeout. Ryan Baumstad's squad just has no answers in the second half. 14-point lead, the largest of the game for Hawley. And we'll step aside with the Nuggets lead growing to 14.
Minnesota Slice, located in Hawley, is open 7 days a week. Homemade stretch dough, delicious sauce, and toppings to your liking. Stop in Minnesota Slice Monday through Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m., Friday 4 to 9 p.m., Saturday 11 to 9 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 8 p.m. Minnesota Slice wants to be there for all your special events, including retirement parties, school pizza parties, large staff lunches, and much more. With garlic knots, cheesy bread, salad, and more, you can call 218-486-5151. See you at Minnesota Slice.
Good vibes inside Hawley High School right now as the hometown Nuggets have opened up their largest lead of the night. Largest lead for either team. Neither team was on pace to even get to 39 points after the first half, but Hawley has exploded for 22 points of offense in less than 10 minutes of second half basketball. Fallenstad in triple coverage gets fouled. The focus is less on Abby John right now than it is Fallenstad, as Fallenstad's got 15 points. She had a really hot start to the second half. We were tied at 25, and now Fallenstad gets another shot to drop. That is an and one opportunity for the junior. That ends a 14-0 Nuggets run. And Fallenstad knocks down the shot. Now with 18 points tonight, 18 of the 28 for Barnesville. Vetter bounce pass underneath. Shot doesn't go for Emma Brookshire, and the jump ball underneath. It'll be Barnesville basketball. Three-point shot up and off target. Collision underneath, it will be Nuggets basketball. Rustad with speed, gets it across half court with a lob to Vetter. Three-point shot in the corner from Walker. That is short. Barnesville gets a stop. John feeds to the corner, the three-point shot, no good. Just one three-point make in the game for Barnesville, and it was Abby John in the first half that knocked it down. Rustad goes off the glass, too strong. John splits a couple defenders and scores in transition. And a blocking foul called. Bill Gottenberg was saying pregame that transition is going to be a big factor tonight, and Hawley's been winning it for the most part. But Abby John got the better of Hawley on that transition opportunity and take, and we'll step aside with another timeout, this one from Hawley, as they have a 9-point lead.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
.6:58 to play. And in we go to Steer. Vetter looking for someone to go for it. Lobs to Steer in the far corner. She gets it away to Sandvik. Half the shot clock gone. Sandvik drives, goes to the corner. Vetter opts not to take the shot. Now John with the takeaway. Oh, but the layup rolls off. John had it wide open. No one to beat, and she blew the layup. Can Hawley capitalize? Steer with a nice take, but they're going to wipe it off with a traveling violation. That would have been a huge swing if Steer was able to come back with that 2 points right there after John had a prime opportunity, an A-grade shot at the rim. Tip pass and intercepted. Veteran with the takeaway, and now Rustad gets tripped up. Barnesville nearly turned it over on the other end. Kennedy Gray, three-point shot opportunity. She'll take it but can't hit. Steer with the rebound. Steer waving Rustad away. Here comes Vetter on the drive. Rustad. And she's going to get called for an elbow right here and a push-off on the handoff exchange. That's the third foul on Ingrid Rustad tonight. Three-point shot from Sophie Frederick, no good. But a push in the back will lead to another opportunity for Barnesville.
Number 5, Isabel Steer, her second 19th foul. At the line for Barnesville, shooting 1-1 is number 2, Kennedy Gray.
And now this is really the first time that Barnesville's been able to take advantage of the bonus opportunity. So it is a shooting opportunity, a 1-on-1, but the free throw is missed, and that's a big miss right there. A couple free throws would have gone a long way into cutting into the 9-point lead that the Nuggets possess. They'll take their time on this possession. Steer gets loose in the corner, fires a three, doesn't drop. John skips a pass to the corner for Frederick. And she gets fouled by Rustad. That is a fourth foul of the night on Ingrid Rustad. So now there will be double bonus. Sophie Frederick will go back to the free throw line. Chance for 2 shots. That is the first point for Frederick tonight, and she becomes just the 4th Trojan to score. Second shot, no good. Hawley basketball, so a 1-for-2 trip to the free throw line. Steer working on Frederick, has to pick up the dribble. Loose ball. Hawley comes away with it. Ten seconds to operate for Izzy Steer. She'll take the screen, move left, fires, and had the shot blocked. She goes down. But a turnover on the other end. Barnesville cannot convert in transition. They were looking for Fallingstad underneath. And the block underneath from Lexi Haft sends away the shot of Emily Vettern. Under 4 minutes to go. We are in crunch time right now. Barnesville really needs to start getting some offense going, but they got to start with getting stops because they're already down in a hole by 8 points. They had a 9-point advantage in the first half. A Nuggets 14-0 run when it was tied at 25 gave Hawley its largest lead of the game at 14. It's settled at 8 right now. Shot is short from Sandvik, and the defensive board is cleared away by the Trojans. John takes the three and drills it. Oh, but she goes down, and she is in a lot of pain. Might have twisted an ankle. A bad fall for John after making that three-point shot, but we will step aside now as the star player for Barnesville is down, and a 5-point lead for Hawley will come back when the action returns.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
A tough break for the Barnesville Trojans as Abby John unable to put any weight on her right ankle as she left the floor, assisted by her coach and athletic trainer. That puts a gloom over these Barnesville fans that they want to win this game, but they want to be set up for the playoffs too, as they have one more game in the regular season left against Thief River Falls tomorrow night on the road. And then playoffs starting soon after, so they are hoping that their star player will be available for them next week. Hawley unable to get off a shot. That's a shot clock violation. We'll see where Barnesville can generate some offense from without their leading scorer. Macy Pana is in the game in place of... Oh, and now we have another player down. And that's Fallingstad, also with grabbing her left ankle. And she will now hobble off, and she's been the leading scorer in tonight's game with 18 points. The top 2 scorers for the Trojans in need of medical attention as both go down with ankle injuries. Ava Fallingstad and Abby John on the same end of the floor. Unrelated incidents, but Johns came after shooting a 3, which she made. And then on a cut, Fallingstad took a spill right there, and they are sitting next to each other on the far side of the Trojans bench, both waiting for an athletic trainer to get some tape and some ice, I would think. So a terrible break for Barnesville, as we'll step aside during the timeout here and come back with the final 2:24 from Hawley.
Hawley Public Schools thanks you for listening to today's Nugget Sporting event. But we offer more activities than just athletics. Hawley students can be part of groups like the Student Council, Riverwatch, Science Olympiad, FFA, Art Club, Yearbook, Knowledge Bowl, Speech, Debate, Band, and Choir. There's also a 3-act play, a 1-act play, and musical. Fine arts, academics, and athletics, a winning combination. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
.224 to go. Barnesville looking to mount a comeback after falling behind 14 points in this second half, and they're trying to do it without their top 2 scorers, who have accounted for all but 3 of the 34 points. Just an unbelievable stat. And to have both of those players go down, have not seen anything like it. 2 minutes to go in this game as Barnesville can't get a shot off on that possession. Just down both of their big playmakers. Back cut from Rustad. Vetter open for 3. Rustad comes and cleans it up. Steer with the attack, sent away by Lexi Haft with her second block in as many minutes. Out of control though, Kennedy Gray loses the handle on it and gives it up to Emily Vettern. Haft will pick up the foul, and that foul is not a bad thing, honestly, for the Trojans, as they need to foul 3 more times to get Hawley to the line, and it very well could come down to a fouling situation in this 5-point game. There's another foul.
Barnesville foul number 15, Macy Pana, her first.
It'll be Pana picking up the foul. Still 2 more needed to get into the bonus. Pana just has 1 foul, so it's a decent idea to have her guarding on the ball. Might as well play for the stop as the shot clock's down to 10, but there's another foul. So precious seconds ticking off the clock, and we'll reset it to 20 now. And it's not yet getting Hawley to the free throw line. The next one will, so you might as well foul right away at this point. And they do.
Personal foul, Barnesville number 15, Macy Pana, that is her second, team 7. Nuggets are in the bonus. Shooting 1-1 for Hawley is number 20.
Ingrid Rustad will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. 2 makes would make it a 3-possession game. Anything less would keep it at a 2-possession game. Izzy Steer with a huge offensive rebound, but a takeaway, and Barnesville's off and running. And Pana couldn't keep her feet down. There'll be a traveling violation on Barnesville to send it right back to Hawley after they get the stops on the free throws. Lob pass in for Steer, and another foul. Another 1-and-1 opportunity for Steer. Annika Cassette will check into the game as Kennedy Gray departs after picking up her 5th foul. And Steer can't hit the free throw. Barnesville gets the rebound. Another chance for the Trojans. Steer tried to jump the passing lane. Floater up, no good. Yanked away. Barnesville gets another shot off on the baseline, doesn't fall. And Steer lost out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans. Shot clock will reset to 20. Timeout called, and we will keep it here. Hawley with a 5-point lead, and on our post-game show, we'll get you The RDK Enterprises feature Precision Play of the Game, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and the Minnesota Slice Star of the Game. And we'll hopefully get some interviews for you once things wrap up here on the court. Community Co-ops, the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard reads 39-34 in favor of Hawley. And if things are going to hold at the pace we're at right now, and Hawley were to hold on for the victory, a big second half from Izzy Steer would be a big reason why they come out victorious here tonight if they're able to just keep the lead for 31.9 more seconds. Abigail John and Ava Fallingstad have accounted for 31 of the 34 points in the game tonight for Barnesville. Just doing some quick math here. That is 91%. 91% of the scoring tonight coming from Abigail John and Ava Fallingstad as Barnesville turns it over after the timeout. And neither John nor Fallingstad are in the game right now as they both went down with ankle injuries within a minute of each other with under 5 minutes to go in the second half. Another miss, but Steer is just too quick to the ball. And more time will tick off, and another foul this time will be double bonus for Ingrid Rustad.
Foul the Trojans, number 15, Macy Hana, her third, team's 10. Nuggets are in the double bonus.
Timeout called by Bill Gottenberg as his team gets 2 shots at the free throw line and just need to convert on a couple of them to really seal the deal, but they've already got to be feeling pretty good as their defense is held strong. And there's no main scorer on the floor for Barnesville anymore. We'll step aside with 19 seconds to go in Hawley. Nuggets clinging to a 5-point lead, looking to hold on to the end.
Rural Enrichment and Counseling Headquarters, also known as REACH, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. That's their slogan, and it says it all. REACH is a multi-agency human service center that helps families and individuals with counseling, food services, and help and support during the holidays. Things such as the backpack program, food for kids during the weekend, and a holiday meal during Thanksgiving and Christmas are just a few of the things that REACH can do. Check them out at ruralenrichment.org or visit their secondhand stores in Hawley and Hendrum.
Ingrid Rustad to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots for the Hawley Nuggets. Nuggets are looking more and more comfortable now to get this thing home to the end. Scoring was about half of what it was in the first meeting between these two teams. And if things hold here, and it looks like it will, the Nuggets are going to be able to come back and split this season series at 1 apiece versus Barnesville. Nuggets get it across half court, and that will do it. The Nuggets 40 and the Trojans 34 here, as we will wrap things up here on our post-game show from Hawley and get some interviews when we return.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Drs. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abassi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people. exceptional care. Riverview Health.
Are you concerned about the status of the farmland market? Hi, I'm Steve Dalen from Piper's Auction and Realty. The cropland market has been exceptionally strong the last 3 years. How long will the record high sale prices last? If you would like to discuss current market prices and options for your farmland sale, please call me, Steve Dalen, at 701-893-8517.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Fresh trades this week at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. 2 2021 Delta 610s, 36-inch tracks, power shift, PTO. Call for pricing, 218-784-2961. Coming in April, new Versatile 620. This new tractor is coming in at 2023 pricing. Talk to Chuck O'Neill to reserve. Make your best purchase price and save thousands of dollars. Stop in and get the deal done. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada.
Soon enough, temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
All right, let us tally up the scoring recap for both sides here. First for the Barnesville Trojans, they only had 2 scores in the first half with 8 apiece, Abigail John and Ava Fallingstad, but in the second half, they ended up with 4 scores total. Lexi Haft was the only other Trojan that made a field goal tonight, so she got 2 points, and that was on a shot clock buzzer beater. And then Sophie Frederick chipped in 1 free throw. Abigail John with 13 and Ava Fallingstad with 18. And then the scoring recap for the Nuggets leading the way. Izzy Steer with 13. Rustad with 7. Vetter with 6. Veteran with 5. McKenna Walker off the bench with 5. Sandvik with 4 to round it out in their 40-34 victory. And we will have head coach Gottenberg around for an interview after the break here, as we'll get our post-game show rolling with our awards and interviews in just a moment.
Christian Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes and bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
All Works Underground Utilities LLC specializes in directional boring and plowing of underground utilities. Contact Dylan Stevens, 218-261-3090. Power lines, communications, water and sewer lines. All Works LLC can get the job done. All Works LLC works with residential and construction contractors in Minnesota and North Dakota. Contact Dylan Stevens with All Works LLC, 218-261-3090.
And back here on our post-game show, and I've got Coach Gottenberg here with me for Hawley. And what was the message at halftime after falling down and being a little bit cold from the field and just a little bit of a sloppy first half? How did you guys pull it together and get more of that good Hawley basketball going in the second half?
Well, you know, that first half is we just want to try and weather the storm and then go into halftime and make a little bit of adjustments. I told them, you know, you guys had taco in a bag for supper tonight, so that should carry you guys over to the victory tonight. And they thought that would be the key thing. So and they had Snicker salad, so that was the key.
Snicker satisfies.
Thank you to the Blakeway family for doing that, and also to the Brookshires for their little cookies and chocolates and fudge.
Yeah, for sure. And it must have powered them in the second half, as Izzy Steer didn't have a great shooting first half, but it wasn't because she was taking bad shots. The looks just weren't falling, and things just clicked a little bit more in the second half, didn't it?
Right, yeah. I thought, you know, especially when they you know, the kids played really hard all night with the defense, and I think compared to the first time, we rebounded well, yes.
Yeah, we talked about rebounding a little bit before this game got underway, and you guys controlled the rebounds more here tonight, and especially in the closing free throws there. It was certainly a big part of the game, and really this was about half the scoring that was displayed in the first meeting between you guys. And what do you think fueled the lower scoring game? Was the defense just that on point tonight?
You know, and sometimes, you know, the shots don't go down, and you know, both teams, you know, as you go through the year, you get kind of wore down a little bit, and you try to weather the storm and get through the, you know, it gets to be a grind, and you know, then that's where you got to hang your hat on your defense, you know, and take care of the basketball and see what happens out there.
And what kind of momentum does this give you, as this was the regular season finale for you guys? How does that propel you forward?
I think that's a great point, you know, is that, you know, if you come out and play hard and you end up not on the top end of the score, you know, you can live with it. But to come home here, and we're going to have a tough first round game. We're hosting here. And so I think, you know, to get a win going into playoffs against a quality team, it should be a good confidence builder for the kids, good learning experience.
Yeah, and what is it like having this like autograph signing going on in front of us right here? This is a unique event going on. What is it like being able to have these kids interact with the players they look up to?
Yeah, it's kind of tradition, you know, and we have autograph night in the last home game of the year. And so, yeah, it's fun to have the little kids here, and that was the 5th grade girls basketball team was really cheering for the kids here, and I was challenging my bench, the bench, to have come with as much spirit as we saw from the fans there. So that was great atmosphere.
Well, we're looking forward to the atmosphere that's going to be here when you host in the first round. Thanks for joining me, Coach, and good win.
Thank you very much. We're very proud of the girls. They had a great season there. Our C team ended the year tonight with a nice win over Barnesville. Our B team had a great season, with Coach Brenna coaching the C team and Coach Lofgren with the B squad. The B squad, tonight they battled and they hung in there and they had a very good year. So Coach Lofgren's very, very pleased with the season he's had with them as well. So, yeah, and they get to keep helping this varsity get ready for the playoffs now. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Looking forward to playoffs. Have a good night.
Minnesota Slice, located in Hawley, is open 7 days a week. Homemade stretch dough, delicious sauce, and toppings to your liking. Stop in Minnesota Slice Monday through Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m., Friday 4 to 9 p.m., Saturday 11 to 9 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 8 p.m. Minnesota Slice wants to be there for all your special events, including retirement parties, school pizza parties, large staff lunches, and much more. With garlic knots, cheesy bread, salad, and more, you can call 218-486-5151. See you at Minnesota Slice.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
And welcome back to our post-game show here as we wrap things up here from Hawley. 40-34, your score on the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. And let's get to some of our awards here that we'll hand out tonight. The Minnesota Slice star of the game, that'll be Izzy Steer for us tonight, as she had 13 points and a number of steals in this game, and those steals were critical in opening up the largest lead of the game for the Hawley Nuggets at 14. It was a 25-all ball game in the second half, and that 14-0 run was propelled by Steer's second half hot start. After having just 4 points in the opening half, she comes away with 9 in that spurt, and that's all they needed. 13 points from Steer is how they really rode this one to the end. So Izzy Steer is our Minnesota Slice star of the game. And the star of the game is brought to you by Minnesota Slice. Stop in at Minnesota Slice in Hawley, open Monday to Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. And then Friday 4 to 9, Saturday 11 to 9, and Sunday 11 to 8. You can build your own pizza, try a specialty pizza, salads, boneless wings, and more at Minnesota Slice of Hawley. And then on to our Enbridge Energy player of the game goes to the Trojans, Ava Fallingstad, with her 18 points. Had a couple of different and one opportunities. So Fallingstad, really the energy that Barnesville brought here tonight, which it just didn't seem like there was a whole lot of throughout tonight's contest, as Hawley really just made it a point that Abby John was not going to beat them tonight. She still ended up with 13 points, but it was Ava Fallingstad that had the best shooting percentage night out of really any of the star scorers tonight. Fallingstad's 18 points and a pair of and ones gives her our Enbridge Energy status player of the game. Enbridge Energy, life takes energy. Enbridge for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. And then lastly, our RDK Enterprise feature precision play of the game, and that will go also to Izzy Steer with the layups that she got in transition. Her steals and activity in the passing lanes was just on point tonight, making her the RDK feature precision play of the game as well. RDK Enterprises of Hillsborough and Drayton is where you can visit for precision planting updates, information, and questions. Contact 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information. Thank you for joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com here tonight, or the Your Live Event YouTube channel. Your Live Event is powered by Hallstatt Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting, and we give a big shout out and thank you to our sponsors, because we could not put on our broadcasts each and every night without them. So if you see our sponsors out and about, like Minnesota Slice or Lakes Community Co-op, or any of the ads that you saw tonight, give them a thank you, because we're the reason we can do this. So shout out to our sponsors. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Heart of Lakes AA8 basketball conference here tonight, as we wrap up the regular season for our Hawley, as they improve to 13-11, and the Trojans fall to 16-9, and they'll wrap up their regular season at Thief River Falls tomorrow at 7:30. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night.